Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So today we're going to be making some embellishments for our Christmas junk journals. Of course, these embellishments can be used for any theme. I'm just doing them as a Christmas theme. So I'm going to do a little bit of several different things today. And just to give you some ideas and hopefully to work through my stash. So we're going to start off nice and easy with the first one. Which are fabric paper clips. These are inspired by Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah, and they sort of hang off the page like a banner. So these ones are super easy. So what you want for this is your paper clips, just bog standard paper clips are fine, and strips of fabric or lace, things like that. You can even do these with paper, and we're basically just going to fancy these up a little bit. Okay, right, so grab your paper clip. Okay, and then you want to get it so that your bar of your paper clip, so the bit that is enclosed at the bottom here, is at the bottom, and that's what we're going to thread the fabric over. So slip your fabric or lace, whatever you've got a strip of paper, and just tuck it down so that the two ends meet. And you can do these as long or as short as you like. So we have this, and then we're going to grab our glue and just glue those two pieces together. Now, if you are using fabric, be careful with Fabri-Tac. It will seep through your fabric if you use, too much of it. So just be conscious of that. So I'm just going to smush this down a bit. I think Tina normally uses hot glue. I don't have anything like that, so I just use my bog standard Fabri-Tac. You don't need a lot of glue, just enough just to keep those two pieces together. Expect to get very gluey fingers in the process. And then if you want to, you can cut a banner shape. Ideally wait until your glue is dry, but just for the purposes of the video. So we're going to snip up the middle just as high as you want to, and then just snip your banner shape to meet that mark. I can't remember, I think she might have done these in the mass makes, but I can't quite remember now. It was last year that I saw the video. I was just going through some of my bits and bobs that I made last year and thought, oh, brilliant, we'll do an embellishments type video. Okay, let's get rid of those bits. And there you have it. Super simple. You might need to just get rid of some fluff from your fabrics. And there you are. And they look really, really fun. And of course you can have them any which way. Whichever way you want them on a page. I don't think it necessarily matters. So that's that. I'll do one in this ribbon, Santa ribbon trim, because I do like this. I'll try and do one going the other way. So again, yeah, so ribbons, lace, fabrics, whatever you've got that will fit inside your paper clip essentially as like a strip is perfect for this. Oh. And as I say, you can use paper as well. And the great thing about the two layers together and the glue is it actually stiffens up the ribbon, lace, fabric, etc. So these actually become quite sturdy paper clips, even though you're only using, strips of fabric and that. It is actually surprising how much they do, stiffen up. I love this Santa ribbon. I got this from just a cheapy shop here in the UK, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, so again, snip up the middle. If you want to create a banner, you don't have to. I mean, you could do any shape at the bottom. If you are going to use ribbon, I would recommend lightering the ends, and by that I mean you just want to get some heat So just, yeah, what you'll see is the ends of the ribbon just kind of like seal together, and that just stops everything from fraying. Okay, and that will be that one. Super fun, right? So there we are. So that is fabric paper clips. I have a bunch more fabrics here, so I'm going to get a few more done off camera, and then I'll show you how they all look when I'm finished. Okay, that's those. So made in exactly the same way. The only difference I wanted to point out is this one. I just had some plain green fabric, so I just layered another strip over the top, just to give it a little something extra. I might very well add more to these. You know, you could add words, little buttons, etc, etc. But essentially those are our fabric ribbon, banner, paper clips, whatever you want to call them. Got a whole bunch of those now, so that's that one. So the next one, sticking with the paperclip theme, this time we're going to make some ribbon paper clips in a different way. So I think you would call these like bookmark paper clips or flag paper clips, something like that. Basically they go on the page like this. You can have them sticking out the top or the side, it's up to you. They're really easy to do. And then if you want to, you can add extra little bits and bobs like ribbons and bows. I can't remember where I saw these. It might have been Tanya from Tatty Treasure where I got the original inspiration from. So grab some more paper clips and we'll make a couple of these together. Okay, so you want to get your length of ribbon. I'm not exactly sure how much to use. I kind of just make it up as I go along, and then any offcuts I just put to one side for some fabric clusters. So get your length of ribbon, put the two ends together so you've got the sort of like folded over edge in here one hand, and then pop that through the top of your paper clip just like so. And then just like you would some tag toppers, we're just going to put the ends of the ribbon through the loop. Pull tight. Like so. And then you just want to snip the ends. As long as you want to have them, it's up to you. So as I say, little bits like this, I just put to one side for clusters. And then just like before with the centre ribbon, if you are using ribbon, you could use fabric or lace for this. You just want to lighter the ends if you're using something that frays. Just be careful when you do this not to set fire to it. You're just using it for the heat. Oops, okay, just to seal those ends. And it's as simple as that. And then they can just hang off your page as you see fit. I like to have them sort of have the two pieces like that. And then if you want to add some bits and bobs, you can. I've got these cute little bow charms, which I might just stitch on, which is what I did with this. I just stitched it right the way through. So I'll show you. Okay, so I've just threaded some embroidery floss through my needle, knotted the end. So pop your button in place. You could also just glue these on if you don't want to do any stitching. We're just going to come right the way through that loop and just do a couple of stitches in place. The reason I'm stitching these rather than gluing them is because I find that it actually helps to keep the ribbon in place as well, so it doesn't sort of come loose over time, because we're stitching right the way through our ribbon as well as the button or the charm or whatever it is you're adding. But if you don't like stitching, it's fine, just glue them. Okay, so I think I've got a couple of stitches in there, which is good. So then I just want to bring the needle underneath a couple of those stitches. So, and then we're just going to knot this end as well. Now, the one thing to note is you will see this when you turn the page. This isn't going to be hidden by the paper. So if you would prefer to glue them because you don't want this sort of thing showing, then do that. As I say, I just like to have the stitching myself. So get that knotted. And then we're just going to cut loose the ends. And then if you did the knot in the wrong place, what I like to do is just add a spot of glue. Again, I'm coming in with my Fabri-Tac glue. Not loads, because as I say, you will see the back of this. Just enough that I can then just squidge my threads into the glue and keep them nice and neat. Like so. But as I say, you don't have to add that. They look just as nice plain, and you could just glue your buttons or charms on as you see fit. But I think they look really cute like this. See if I can get a plain piece of paper. So that will be there at the top like that. And as you can see, you've got sort of, you can see the back of it. Hopefully you can see that okay. But I think they look super, super cute. I'm just trying to say, oh yeah, they go either which way. So you can have the short end and the long end at the back. So yeah, a really cute flag paper clip. So as I say, get out your ribbons and bits and bobs and go ahead and make some of those. I will make some more and I will show you how they look. Okay, that's those. So I've got some green, blue, red and just plain. I might do some more plain ones, but I really wanted to get these little bows used up as well. So that is those. So on to the next idea. Okay, the next project is to make, I'm not really sure what to call them, twinchy sliders. So this is what we've got. Imagine this ribbon is stuck down onto a pocket or just a page, or something fun. We can then move this little embellishment piece along just as like an interactive element, so we can read the Merry Christmas behind it. That's what we're making. And then of course, once you've got that down, you can also just use any images. We've got this cute little bear. It was a journal card and now it's a interactive slider to decorate up a pocket. So they're really easy to do. So first of all, you want to get your embellishment piece sorted. So I've actually got these felt card toppers, which were just in my stash. I think somebody might have sent them to me. And we've got, in this case, a 2 by 2 inch square of scrapbooking paper. I thought that would be framed nicely on there. So that's the first step, is just get your embellishment piece however you want it to be. If you want to use it as a, in that case I just had a bear. In this case I've got something a bit more interesting. You could decorate up your twinchy with, fussy cuts and die cuts and whatnot. Just make your embellishment piece. That is the first step. Mine is nice and easy because I've got these cute little pieces. I saw this idea on Pinterest. If I can find the original pin, I will link it down below because I can't remember. It was just something I stumbled across. So I wanted to figure out how to do it. Okay, so choose your ribbon. I'm keeping my ribbons nice and long for this because I don't know exactly where they're going. I would like the ribbon to be my length of my pocket. So I'm just keeping them long until I get a chance to cut them down to size. We want some offcuts of paper, and this is just scrapbooking paper. You want it to be smaller than your embellishment piece so that it's nicely hidden. So just cut a strip of that off. And you want enough glue on your piece that it keeps everything in place. So basically you want to glue this side and this side to keep the ribbon trapped in there. You want to go as close to the ribbon as you can get without gluing the ribbon down, because you know we need that movement. So what I was doing was making it look a bit tricky, but yeah, holding the ribbon in the middle, and I was just filling in the gaps with my art glitter glue as best I could. Okay, and then we're just going to glue that down. Make sure the ribbon is the right way around, Justine. We want to obviously see that from the front. I'm just going to pop that on and just make sure that it's all straight and the ribbon has enough freedom to move, or the piece has enough freedom, I mean. But not too much freedom that you get a wibbly wobbly thing, but there you go. Ah, I love things like this. It's just so fun, isn't it? Okay, so that will be, you know, I don't have a pocket to hand, but just pretend this is my pocket. You know, how fun would that be if you just got this little piece, oops, on front of it. So yeah, we're just going to make that. Hopefully you saw what I did. So I'll do the bear one as well, because if you just want to use a piece of card that you've got. So I've got these cute bears from a paper pad. They were just little, well actually little rectangles that you could just cut out from the paper pad. I think, as I say, I think the original purpose for them was journal cards. So just give that a little bit of an ink. Okay, so again we want to get our ribbon and our offcut. So just snip that down to size. There we go. Right, let's see if we can figure out an easy way. Maybe if I do that, like that, and then we can just, yeah, fill in enough of this. Okay. Okay. As I say, I only just figured this out today, so just based on that pin that I saw. It was just a, you know, it was a video pin to show you this like slidey thing. It wasn't a tutorial, so I was just figuring it out, but so there we are. A little bear is gonna slide across our Merry Christmas ribbon. As I say, I'll probably use these on pockets, so it's just a little fun embellishment. There you are. That is those. Okay, for the next idea, we're going to make some little sewn snippets, or clusters, however you want to call these. I made a whole bunch of these last year using my scraps. All it is just a few layers of paper, a sentiment, and then wonky stitching, you know, a couple of times around it, just for that little bit of something extra. So we'll make a couple of these together. So all you want to get is just a couple of bits of paper and something neutral. So as you can see, I like to go with a music sheet at the back, or, you know, something plain or neutral, book page, packing paper, your coloured pieces, and then your sentiment. I mean, you can do it however you like, of course, but that's just how I choose to. So let's get a piece of this off. In terms of sizing, kind of just make it up. So I'm going to get a couple of those, like that, just to show you. And then get a bit of this. I made these last year, and you know, just to use up some of my scraps that I had, you know. So I'm trying to remember what I actually did last year. Just give that a nicer edge. There we go. So I'm just going to rip that down a bit. Okay, so we've got that piece and something else. Could do some gold. That might be a nice, you know, for Christmas. Although this is a little bit hard to tear. That does not want to tear the other way. That is very strange. Okay, we won't use that. Let's try some of this wrapping paper. I guess because it's foiled, it doesn't tear as easy, but we'll try. Okay, let's see if we can squeeze that in. So how I'd use these is just as little embellishments on pockets. Should we put that? Oh, let's put that at the front like that. Yeah, embellishments on pockets or pages. They just look really nice sitting there. So I'm just going to get these inked up. I'm using tea dye ink so that it's not, you know, it's not a load of ink. You don't have to ink them if you don't want to. I don't have time to sew them today, but as you can see with those, you just do the wonky stitching around. If you want to, you don't have to. They look just as fine without the stitching, but I do feel like the stitching does add a little bit of something extra. You could add fabric to these. Lots of ways to change it up, of course. Just get your scraps out and see what you can come up with. Oops. Just trying to get it so you can see all the 3 layers. Okay, and then for the sentiment, I've got this little cut piece, so let's go with that. It's a nice, kind of matches the burgundy. Here we are. So as I say, you know, when I come to go to my sewing machine, I'll just do couple of lines of wonky stitching, and I like to do a colour that you can see. So this one I just used, you know, bright white so it stood off. So I might use, you know, a red or a green or brown, I don't know, something that, you know, you can see the stitching. So I'll get another one of these prepped, and then if I've got time to sew these before the video comes on, then I will show you what they look like once they're all stitched around, because they do look very, very different. I just don't know when I'm going to have a chance to go to the sewing machine at the moment, that's all. So let's try this one and this one. So just rip down there and get some ink. So yeah, this video is a little bit different from what I normally do. I just I wanted to make a load of different things, and you know, I didn't want it to be, you know, half a dozen videos just for embellishments. So I thought this might be best for those prep for time as well, just to, you know, see a bunch of things in one video. Not normally how I do it, of course, but I know we're all busy, aren't we? So hopefully this will just give you some ideas. like that. I mean, you could do these in all different shapes. Don't feel like you have to stick to what I'm doing, which is just little, well, oblongs, that type of a shape. Now, is that going to be? I'll try jingle bells, but it might be a little bit big. Let's just see. These words are from Rach and Bella Crafts. They had their Christmas kit from last year. I just had a load of stuff, you know, left over that was printed. Okay, let's do that. And when you're choosing your words, just you know, leave some space around the cluster and the words so that you've got the space for the stitching if you are going to do that part. So as you can see with that one, you can still see the background papers behind. And, you know, by all means, add more to this. Add, you know, fabric and lace and whatnot. Don't feel like you have to stick just to paper. So yeah, those are those. So sewn snippets, sewn clusters, that's what we're calling them. So I'm going to see about getting some more made up just whilst I'm sitting here with my bits and bobs. So I'll show you them. As I say, if I get time to sew them before the video airs, then I'll just pop that into the video, but I'm not sure at this point. Okay, so I think I'll leave that there. I've made quite a bit this morning and I don't want to overload the video too much. So just as a recap then, we made these fabric paper clips. These were inspired by Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah. I've got them all caught up, of course I have. There we go. So yeah, just get your ribbons, laces, strips of fabric, and we can make some of those. We did the ribbon paper clips. Just see if I can get them on one hand so you can see. So these are more like, I think people call them, are they like place marker, bookmark, flag paper clips? I'm not sure what people call them, but we've got those with our little bow charms on. So I've got a whole heap of those now. Amazing. And then we did the really fun twinchy sliders, didn't we? Or embellishment sliders, I suppose. So these are using the twinchies. So as I say, for these, I'll glue the ribbon down onto the pockets. I think you would just glue the two ends like that. So if I put glue here and here, then the slider can go up to the glue, can't it? I think that makes sense. So you'll see these when I come to make the journals anyway. And then of course you've got a little bear version as well. They were really fun. And then this is how the, well, they're not sewn yet. I didn't have time this morning, I'm afraid. So I do need to put some sewing around, but these are all these. As you can see, I did a little bit of a mess make with them. Once I started tearing the papers, I just got into a groove. So I thought, you know, let's just get on and use up the papers that I had. So once I get the sewing, they'll look more like this with the fun sewing. And then, as I say, they can be embellishments for pages, pockets, tags, you name it really. So that's those. So I hope you've enjoyed that little video. As I say, I just wanted to just give you a whole bunch of ideas in one video. I did have more ideas to share, but I did think that was enough. So I'll just show you the other things that I want to do when I get to the sewing machine are some ruffles. The ruffle idea, I think I want to say it was Natasha from Treasure Books who I saw it from first. So she does have a tutorial on making these in case you haven't seen them. And these look really nice down the side of a page, or you can have them decorate pockets or even as tag toppers. So I'll make up a bunch of those again with my strips of fabric. And I've also got lots and little bits of fabrics and papers and things like this, which I would like to make some fabric clusters, which I was going to do this morning, but I've just run out of time. So what I might do is do a Travel Tuesday video and make up some fabric clusters whilst doing that. And the theme will be Finland because we visited during the snowy season, so I thought that might be nice once we've got all the the wintry stuff out. So look out for that video if you do want to see me do fabric clusters. If you don't have time for that, that's absolutely fine. I've got lots of videos on fabric clusters that are already up in case you want to see them. And of course, lots of people have done fabric clusters before as well. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was clear enough how to make all these little bits and bobs. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye bye for now.